Hello, it is I, Vince, and welcome yet again, and welcome back to the cut content of Fanfickle Emblem. So, this one is an interesting one to be sure. This one, so, I better just lay out the bandage, rip it out as they say. This was originally intended for part of the finale of Fanfickle Emblem. This was a small little tidbit that I added where Ben Shapiro will show up at the last chapter and he is recruitable. Yeah, how about that? Recruiting the enemy in Fire Emblem. I shouldn't even call Ben Shapiro an enemy. I don't even hate Ben Shapiro. That's the thing. I don't even hate him. He seems like a pretty chill guy, all things considered. I'm not too big on AOC, and as you can see, she's that red one right there. And what I intended to do was have an interesting scenario where Alexia Ocasio-Cortez, AOC, as most people know her as, would block off a major choke point of this chapter. Now, there would be two ways to bypass her. Well, I guess three if there was a warp staff. I don't think I even put in a warp staff, though. So, the first way would be to straight up kill her. But the second way would be to have Ben Shapiro talk to her and recruit her on our side. This would have a very interesting conversation that I created, and I'll let it play right here.
Finally back. Come on, Chuck. We haven't a moment to lose.
Amen, and Godspeed, Ben Shapiro. Alright, we'll move him, and we'll bring him over to AOC.
Hello, my old rival.
Ben Shapiro, we meet again.
I'm glad I found you still alive. We have to fight that fiend.
A fiend, you say? Why, there is no fiend. Only Wallace and Onyx. So yeah, Wallace and Onyx are two characters in this.
No monster, you say, and you feel it. Hate to be that guy, but facts don't care about your feelings.
Really, Ben? You is ridiculous. Come on! 5 seconds without that go-to.
Yeah, sorry about that. Force of habit.
I won't let you go farther, you know. Demonetization will rule whether we like it or not. Just go.
Nothing I can say or do. Is that what I understand?
Afraid not. Sorry, there's limits after all.
Well. Then let's say, for the sake of argument, that I may possess a game to change your mind.
You don't mean?
I do indeed, my fellow political associate.
May I present Excitebot's Trick Racing? Chuck? I heard Ben killed you.
Oh, never. That was a ploy all along. Feigning Chuck's death gave him the secret means to acquire a copy.
I say, we should play the game after this is all said and done. Only if we watch Sex 2 for the Game Boy Color.
Done and done. Now let's move.
What a ridiculous thing. Oh yeah, the Ben eyes. And of course I had to do something silly for AOC as well. She has fury. Rico isn't a crime, don't you know? Rival of Ben Shapiro, I think. I'm not sure. Yeah, he's best friends with good friend Chuck. And yeah, that's how the scene plays out. So initially this conversation was going to be part of the final episode of Fanfickle Emblem. But I eventually did not go through with it. And not for the reasons you'd think. Now, I always knew that this was not going to be a well-received joke with the folks I know and the folks that were playing along, but I honestly still felt the need to, like, do something a little bit, something a little bit shaky. Do something daring, you know? But really, I ran out of time. That's really, I just ran out of time. I was struggling to get the chapter out as it was. Like, there was a lot of things I had to learn within the very limited time frame, and I'm glad I did what I did. But sadly, this conversation was a little bit too complicated for me to figure out in the allotted time I had left. So this was something I just had to leave out. And this gets to my main point of why I made this. It is election day, in fact. And I wanted to bring this one up specifically because I wanted to bring up what I personally believe about the world is that anybody anywhere can get along with anyone else, like any given person, so long as politics do not get involved. So, like, I think it's really funny to have Ben Shapiro just talking with Alexia Ocasio-Cortez, you know, just about Excitebot's trick racing, the magic of Excitebot's trick racing, and how it just brings people together, and Sex 2 for the Game Boy Color. I mean, how can you go wrong with that? Really? How can you go wrong with that? And I knew this joke was not going to be received well, but I was confident enough to actually present it, if not now, but at least at some point, because, I mean, what's not to laugh at? If you can't laugh at that, then I don't know what to say. I don't know. Well, it's an election year. Try not to rip anybody's heads off. Whoever wins, and whoever doesn't, I guess next time, you know? Yeah, that's pretty much all I gotta say. If you're involved with people who are very heavily political, probably not a good idea to hang out with them. Man, probably not. I'm not a very political guy myself, but, I'd rather, like, I'm just a guy who doesn't really like politics in my media. I do like I do like myself an interesting conversation, but if it's just like, ooh, how could you align this way, or how can you not align this way? Ooh, that's where I start drawing the line. Yeah, I want my 4 soldiers to stare at the player when one of them say somebody isn't gay in this conversation, and be like, "What are you guys staring at?" And they're staring at a frog. Isn't that you know, stuff like that? That's hilarious to me because it's good comedy. Anyway. That's all I gotta say. I promise the next one will be just basically concepts, basic Fire Emblem stuff. All right, I'll see ya later.